Today, every business leader must be asking one question. Is our organization managing cyber risk, or are we flying blind and exposing our business to costly surprises? Well, this isn't about, firewalls or antiviruses and making sure they're the latest updates and everything. It's about practical signs that show whether our business decisions might be leaving us exposed or not. And by the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of what to look for in your own organization. One of the biggest problems I see in organizations is that no one at the leadership level is accountable for cyber risk. If no one owns it, decisions about systems, vendors, and policies often get made without proper oversight. For example, IT might be implementing new software without anyone checking whether it introduces vulnerabilities or not. Or a business may be outsourcing critical functions without assessing the vendor security. Without a clear owner, risk can accumulate silently. When something does go wrong, everyone points fingers except for the person that's actually responsible. Cyber is only discussed after incidences. For example, risk management should be proactive and not reactive. If cyber is only discussed after a breach or a malware attack, that's a major red flag right over there. Waiting until after an incident happens is like closing the gate after a horse has bolted out. There's no point in, closing the gate after it's left. Regular conversations about cyber risk should happen at leadership meetings, strategy sessions, and operational reviews. Leaders must see it as an ongoing concern and not just ticking the box. Limited visibility into systems, data, and vendors. Many businesses don't know exactly who has access to what, or critical systems depending on external vendors. For instance, if a key supplier is hacked, operations could be affected without anyone even realizing it's happening. Or an employee might have access to sensitive customer data that they don't even need to have. Limited visibility makes it impossible to identify vulnerabilities. Leaders must maintain clear, up-to-date data visibility over the organization's digital landscape. Meeting regulations and standards is important, but compliance does not equal security. A business can be fully compliant and still be exposed to cyber attacks. If process controls and human behaviors aren't actively managed, true security goes beyond ticking boxes. It's about understanding and mitigating risk in the world. Security assumed to be handles. Sometimes leadership assumes that IT or a vendor is taking care of it without verification. Even the best teams can miss things if oversight or responsibility isn't in actual place. Security gaps can quietly accumulate, leaving the business exposed to preventable threats. Verification checks and regular reportings are essential. Leaders need to know that measures aren't just in place, they should be working. These aren't accusations. Think of them as signals and reality checks. Recognizing these signs is the first step to take control of cyber risk, rather than waiting for the next incident to force action. When any of these signs appear, the cost is usually significant, and this can include operational disruptions such as downtime or system failures that hold business or process, financial losses such as theft, fraud, or regular fines, loss of trust such as customers, partners, and suppliers may question your ability to protect sensitive information. Most importantly, poor governance undermines decision making at the top. Leaders can't make informed choices if they don't fully understand the exposure. Cybersecurity isn't just technology, it's about protecting our business's most valuable asset and enabling confident, informed decisions. Start with awareness, review responsibilities, processes, and visibility across the organization. Then ask the right questions. Who owns the risk in our business? What systems, data, and vendors are critical to the operation? How do we tackle, measure, and report risk to leadership? You don't need to be fixing everything at the same time. Awareness and accountability are the first steps. Even small improvements in governance can prevent major instances down the track. In the next video, I'll explain what cybersecurity actually means for businesses in plain English. I'll be breaking down why it's important. It's more than just firewalls and antiviruses, and how it affects decisions at the leadership level. If you're a leader responsible for decisions, not configuration, then this channel is for you. Until next time.